Hi, I am Kartinandar Murgavil and my student number is 17119588 and I am a master student at National College of Ireland. The topic which I choose for my data warehouse and business intelligence was based on gross domestic product, which is also known as GDP. So for my analysis purpose, I nearly 8 data sets. In that 6 are structured data and one is semi-structured and one is unstructured. So due to lack of time, so let's I use only few of my data sets to show in structured data. So firstly, I used OECD as my first data set and followed by Koima. For semi-structured one, I used ORCO to extract a data table from Wikipedia. For unstructured data, I used a ORCO to do sentimental analysis on inflation rate on different countries. So once I get my data, the next step is need to load the data in Microsoft Visual Studio. So here these are my staging area, so where we need to load all of my raw data. So I have inserted or loaded my raw data here and I have connected with my execute SQL task. So for loading each raw data, I need to use a data flow task. Inside it, I need to give flat file source and OLDB destination. So in flat file source, I need to insert my raw data and then I need to connect it with OLDB destination so that my data will be automatically loaded into the Microsoft SQL Server Management. And while looking up here, you can see a domestic name called which is known as the raw database name which I created here, and all raw data which I loaded in Microsoft Visual Studio are loading in SQL Server. So once I loaded all of my raw data, the next step is to create my dimension table. So here country dimension and time dimension are two of my dimension table and each have a unique primary key called country ID and time ID respectively, and followed by in country dimension it has a country attribute and in time dimension it has a year as an attribute. So once you create your dimension table, you need to execute whether the data is correct or not. So once your data sets are inserted and you can see the tick symbol which is known which it symbolically says that all your data sets are correct and execution is completed successfully. And the next step is need to create a fact table. So the key values from dimension is picked and the fact table is created using SQL join. So once your fact table is created, you can see the fact table values in Microsoft SQL Server Management. So these are my fact table data which I going to do my visualization purpose in Tableau. So here you can see my measures values in my fact table, and once the fact table is loaded successfully, the next step is need to deploy a cube. For deploying a cube, we are using SSAS. So here you can see like I already deploy my cube, so you can see my message in my screen that you deployed complete successfully. So this means that cube is deployed successfully. So the next step I is need to do my visualization part. So for visualization part, I am using the Tableau. So in Tableau, I am using nearly 6 of my business queries, but we will focus on 3 of my business queries. So let me look. So these are my first business query. So in my first business query, I am comparing the male literacy rate, female literacy rate, and overall literacy rate with employment rate among different countries. So here the bar graph shows the employment rate and literacy rate among different countries. And now we look up to my second business query. I am comparing it with inflation rate with the positive scores and negative scores which I took from Twitter. So coming to here, I am doing the sentiment analysis on inflation rate, how people among different countries react to the inflation rate. So looking to the graph here, Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka have positive scores on inflation rate and Togo and Vietnam have negative scores on inflation rate. So in my third business query, I have used export and import value, and I compared with the total amount of revenue value obtained by the government. So looking to the image, we can clearly see that China, Hong Kong, these are countries obtain 45% of revenue value from the overall export and import value, followed by Greece, which is about 31%. And thirdly, Vanuatu has 29% of revenue value, which they then obtain from export and import. So these are my business queries, and thank you.